starts right now.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. on this Saturday. And
Good morning.
Sarah, oh my gosh, the heat. It's back.
The heat is back. It's August. We should expect some heat this time of year, but it's kind of been nice since July was pretty mild for us. We had a lot of rain. Today might be a rude awakening for some folks. Outside right now, it is so humid out there. It is 81 in San Antonio, but we do not have a breeze out there, so you're feeling the humidity in a big way. It feels like 86 in San Antonio. The high today, I know, 101 for the high temperature in San Antonio today. It is going to be a hot one, and even feeling hotter, feeling like 105 to 107 during the peak heat of the day. You'll notice too that there's a small chance for rain this weekend. 20% today, 30% tomorrow. I do think rain chances are slightly better tomorrow after 4 p.m. There could be some sprinkles, but then after 4 p.m. a few showers and storms. We're going to talk a little bit more about that, but a 20 to 30% chance for rain should not make you cancel your outdoor plans. Enjoy your outdoor activities this weekend. Just stay safe with the heat. I'll detail those rain chances and a check of the tropics coming up.
Sarah, thank you. Following a story we first brought you last night, a San Antonio woman has been arrested for allegedly making threats against former President Donald Trump. So that's according to the Metropolitan Police in Washington, D.C. An arrest report shows 41-year-old Christina Montoya traveled to D.C. with a pistol she didn't have a license for. Stay with us as we get more information on this developing story. And identity theft is facing several charges this morning. He's accused of stealing a man's identity by using forwarded mail. So 54-year-old William Richard Holiday, he walked in front of our cameras yesterday as he was being escorted by San Antonio police officers. SAPD says he used another man's forwarded mail to steal his identity and open 66 fraudulent accounts. Officers say he also used the victim's identity to live rent-free in an apartment and buy a Mercedes. Police arrested Holiday yesterday. We'll keep you updated on this case. And unfortunately, he's not the only one whom has made profit from stealing other people's mail. The U.S. Postal Service says it has received reports in San Antonio and across the country of thieves targeting mailboxes in an unusual way. So this is video of a group of thieves going to work at a cluster box near Loop 410 and Starcrest. We spoke with a woman who saw something similar in her Southside neighborhood. In her case, a special key was used to steal mail.
Found a key that looked like it was made to open and fit the boxes.
So the U.S. Postal Service says it was likely a counterfeit master key that enables crooks to open an entire bank of mailboxes, and that's what takes you inside. So one thing you can do to reduce your chances of becoming a victim, check your mail regularly and don't let it pile up. Mail theft is a federal crime that can result in up to 5 years in prison or a $250,000 fine. And sad news for Aerosmith fans who are planning to see the rock band in town this November. After more than 5 decades of music making, the group is retiring from touring. The band took to Instagram yesterday, posting a heartfelt thank you to its fans. The group cited lead singer Steven Tyler's recent vocal injury as the reason for stepping aside. The post says in part, quote, "A final thank you to you, the best fans on planet Earth. Play our music loud, now and always. Dream on. You've made our dreams come true." End quote. So if you bought tickets for the concert through Ticketmaster, you'll get an automatic refund. If you got them through a third-party resale site like SeatGeek or StubHub, reach out to them for more details. We have all this information posted for you on our website, KSAT.com. So if you take a look at your calendars, you'll notice school starting back up very soon. If you're scrambling to get those last-minute essentials for the kiddos, then don't worry. There are plenty of school districts and nonprofits that can help you this weekend. Over in District 6, the back-to-school readiness bash will be kicking off in just about 2 hours, as well as free school supplies. You can get your kids vaccinated and haircut for free. The bash will be at 9855 Westover Hills Boulevard from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. today. And then Harlandale ISD also holding a back-to-school bash this morning, as well as free registration, haircuts, and vaccines. The district will be giving away a little more than 1,000 backpacks full of school supplies on a first-come, first-served basis. This back-to-school event started at 9 this morning, and it runs until 11 a.m. over at Harlandale Memorial Stadium on Apollo Street. And back to school means big kids too. Northeast Lakeview College hosting an enrollment event this morning. They'll provide a one-stop shop for TSI exams, application to the college, and even help filling out the FAFSA. The enrollment event will be at both NLC, Universal City, and New Braunfels campuses, and gets started at 9 this morning. It goes until 1 this afternoon.
Educator of the Month, brought to you by First Mark Credit Union.
So as we get back to school, we are continuing our Educator of the Month nominations. Each month, one special educator will be recognized for the work he or she does and will receive a $500 Visa gift card from First Mark Credit Union. So scan this QR code on your screen, nominate your favorite educator for a chance to win. I want to give a shout out to my little brother. Let's see, little, he's in his 30s. He is starting as a 6th grade teacher at Schertz-Cibolo Universal ISD this school year. We're so excited for him. Congrats, Jonathan. I'm proud of you. It's 8:06, 81 degrees. Still ahead, women's rugby seeing a boost in popularity thanks to the Olympics. John Paul Barajas introduces us to one local women's rugby team who want to see the sport grow in the Alamo City. And that last round of rainy weather we had in July gave our green friends a boost. Oh my gosh, the sunflowers, they are popping. The KSAT garden. I'll give you a little bit of preview when we come back. But first, let's take a look outside with live cam. 81 degrees. We were so spoiled in July and the heat is back. I'm staying positive because maybe we only have the month of August and a little bit of September of this heat, and Sarah is forecasting a triple-digit day. She'll let us know about that when we come back. Oh my gosh, have we enjoyed the recent rain that we had in July and those lower temps? So have our gardens. We want to give you a look at the progress our KSAT garden has made recently.
Look at this beautiful pineapple that I grew in the KSAT garden. It just sprouted up on its own.
Okay, who's messing with me? Someone is pranking the KSAT garden and hiding old produce in here.
Guys, I didn't plant this pineapple or squash or cantaloupe.
I have a certain set of skills, and I will find you, and I will put you to work in the KSAT garden. Okay, let's check out what's really growing.
Melons! I have about 10 sugar baby melons growing. I planted 3 transplant sugar baby melons on March 7th that I got from Rainbow Gardens. You can still plant melons or pumpkins for the fall as long as you plant them via transplant and get them in the ground now. They take about 4 months to mature. You can tell a melon is ready to pick by finding its tendril. For example, this one is green and not ready. This one is brown, but it doesn't really smell like melon yet, so I'm gonna give it a week. Also, our okra is going off, and look at the beautiful flowers it makes. The sunflowers I planted from seed on June 12th are starting to bloom. You can still plant sunflowers from seed now for the fall. Just make sure they get plenty of sun. And the zinnias I planted from seed in June are starting to bloom. You can also continue to plant zinnias from seed. Now they'll bloom until the first frost.
Happy gardening. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Sarah, I really don't know who is putting that produce in my garden.
You really don't?
I don't.
I do.
Do you?
I'm not going to tell you who.
Wait.
Do they know what's happening, though?
I just talked about it.
Okay.
Does his name start with an A and last name end with a W?
You know what? I'm not even going to give you that.
Why did you say that?
There is somebody putting produce in Sarah's garden, pulling a prank on her. And I know who it is. She does not know.
I am going to have Dylan Collier get on this case.
He's not investigating.
And that is someone you don't want to be investigating you.
All right, well, we'll see. Here, Sarah, how many days has it been since we've seen 100 degrees in San Antonio?
I want to say over 30.
28. So you're wrong.
Wow.
You're wrong on that. The last 100-degree day in San Antonio was on July 6th. So it has been a while since we've seen 100 degrees. Almost a month, But here's the thing, I think we're going to see 100 today officially at the San Antonio International Airport. Here is a look at our high temperatures forecast for the day. 101 in San Antonio, 100 in New Braunfels, 101 in Hondo, 105 in Del Rio. So it was nice while it lasted, but we are going to be adding on to that triple-digit tally again today for the year. So far, we've had 12 100-degree days. And to top it all off, it's going to stay humid for most of the day, too. I mean, outside this morning, the humidity is making it feel kind of gross outside. Dew points at the top of the scale in the mid-70s in San Antonio and around south central Texas. So 101 is going to be the forecast high for the day, but this is what it's going to feel like during the peak heat of the day, right around 3:30, feeling like 103 to 107 degrees, 107 in New Braunfels, 103 in Floresville, 105 in Poteet, 106 in Uvalde, 102 in Kerrville, 102 in Comfort. In your KSAT 12-hour forecast, in just the next couple of hours, it's already going to feel like it's 100 outside. So now is a good time to get the yard work done this morning, because you really don't want to be outside when it starts to get into the triple digits and feeling like 105 around 4 p.m., 101 for the high. And then winds are going to be pretty much non-existent today. Very light, very variable. After 5 p.m., there's a small 20% chance for an isolated downpour this evening, and we'll see slightly better rain chances tomorrow. Here's a look at the futurecast for today. You can see just how isolated the rain will be today. Tomorrow we'll start off with some areas of sprinkles, a better chance for rain east of San Antonio for our communities closer to Seguin, Gonzales, and Hallettsville in the morning, but then during the day it should be quiet. So do not cancel your Sunday plans, keep them. It isn't until after 4 p.m. that we see a little bit more coverage and the possibility for some storms too. So keep your Sunday evening plans, have the radar handy, and be aware that if you are one of the ones who gets the rain, the 30% chance, thunder, lightning, heavy downpours, and even some gusty winds too, but it's going to be a few of folks that get that rainfall, not everybody. Then by about 10 o'clock, our rain chances are going to be done, not only for the weekend, but for the week ahead. So 101 for the high. It's all about the heat this week. Heat index up to 105, slightly better rain chances tomorrow. I want to talk about the clouds at radar. We've got that heat high over the Four Corners region, but out toward Cuba right now, we've got Tropical Depression 4. Tropical Depression 4 is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm in the next days, and you can see there's tropical storm warnings all across the west coast of Florida. Hurricane watch for areas from Tallahassee down to Horseshoe Bend, and the reason for that is because this tropical depression is expected to strengthen into Tropical Storm Debbie in the coming days, potentially becoming a hurricane before making landfall there on the northwestern shore of Florida by Monday morning. But a lot of Florida is going to be dealing with some heavy rain and some gusty winds too. Again, once it gets a name, it'll be Tropical Storm Debbie. We'll keep you posted about that. As for our forecast, an isolated shower storm possible tomorrow. Then highs are going to be near 100 degrees and quiet for the first full week of August. Coming up, Sarah, a check on our local rivers, and if you're floating the Comal or the Guadalupe this weekend, I'll show you what the stream flow is like.
Thank you, Sarah. It's 8:16, 81 degrees. A bronze medal Olympic placing by the U.S. women's rugby team has local players hopeful they might see a boost in popularity. John Paul Barajas introduces us to a local women's rugby team. That's next. Take a look at these lotto numbers. Pick 3, 961, Fireball 9, Daily 4, 0645, Fireball 6.
Your cash 5 is 2, 5, 17, 31, 34, and your Mega Millions 6, 7, 24, 44, 54, Mega Ball 13, and Mega Plier 4. Good luck.
Sarah, my husband is a retired former rugby player, and he's very pumped about this story.
Awesome.
Also super pumped about the women's national rugby team that made history this week, bringing home the bronze and their first medal ever in the 2024 Olympics.
The last play of that was phenomenal.
So
the big win on the biggest stage has put the spotlight on the sport and the women, of course, who play it. John Paul Barajas met up with a local women's team to learn about the sport and to give it a try.
So this is a scrum?
Rugby. It's an old game with a lot of new interest here in the U.S. And it's in large part due to the women's national team bringing home bronze in the Olympics.
Oh, I was definitely watching in that last play. You know, they're
back against their own try line. They're at the very end of the field, and she just runs over some people and sprints at 90 meters, and it was fantastic.
A try line is essentially the end zone in football. And in football terms, the U.S. women's team had to run go the length of the field for a touchdown or a try in rugby to win on the last play of the game. So we laced up with the San Antonio Riveters to give the sport a try.
The ball's at my hip. As I'm turning, I keep my hands out to wherever I'm going.
They taught me the basics on passing and said 2 things are a must. Run forward and pass backwards.
Cut, there you go. Oh!
I had my good moments.
You're a natural.
I don't know what I was doing, Coach. I just saw daylight.
But they also took it easy on me.
Yeah, I'm not letting you hit him that hard. She is one of the hardest tacklers we have.
Okay, so this way.
All right.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Not to mention some rookie mistakes.
Put your head in there. Nope, the other side. There you go.
The Riveters are hoping Team USA's big win becomes a big draw for the sport as a whole.
But when I turn on ESPN, I'm getting golf more than anything, right? I don't want to watch golf, I want to watch rugby.
As well as inspires a new wave of women to get involved.
Not only be athletic, but we can also compete in really tough sports and be strong.
For anyone who wants to give rugby a shot or learn more about the game, you can go to KSAT.com.
It's an opportunity for y'all to showcase it to people who don't know about it, try to get people out here. So if there's anything interesting or cool that y'all want to show off, y'all tell me.
It's more the community.
I was brought here by the Army, decided to stay. But one of the reasons I stayed was because by rugby community.
John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
I love that they tackled him.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Way to take a hit for the team, John Paul.
Absolutely. Hey, and the San Antonio Riveters aren't the only ones pushing for growth of the sport rugby and women in rugby. So USA Rugby received a $4 million donation from a businesswoman and majority owner of the Washington Spirit soccer team, Michelle King. Sarah, you thinking about getting into rugby?
Well, currently pregnant, so probably gonna wait for a while. But maybe a little bit after that. I mean, I love sports. I know football and rugby are different, but I was always the girl who tried to play football with the guys. In elementary school and stuff. Of course, I was the last picked and everything like that. But all about women in sports. By the way, the U.S. women's national team is playing right now in the quarterfinal.
All right, let's go. It's 8:23, 81 degrees. Stick around after the break. We have a sneak peek of what you can expect in this morning's edition of Texas Eats. Today at 10 a.m. on Texas Eats, David Elder reels you around San Antonio to find the best bang for your buck on seafood deals.
This is the briefcase full of golden bricks. Look at this thing. Oh my gosh, look at all that fish. All right, here we go. That's the bite. Oh, go. It's time to make the snapper dish. What's the first thing you do?
We are going to put some salt to give it very good flavor. And then this is garlic. I like to put a lot of it. And this is oregano. Now we are going to deep fry it.
So he's going swimming. Look how juicy that is too. All right, the ceviche tostada, that's the bite. Oh yeah. Give us an elbow. Bam!
Okay, that first one was Fred's Fish Fry. I want to see what he says about all those different seafood places. So you can watch right after our show at 10 a.m. It's 8:27, 81 degrees. And just ahead, Devin Karp. Is Devin going to be around? He takes us to an event hoping to help connect local veterans and with resources and the community. We'll hear from him in just a bit. Good morning. It's 8:30 on this Saturday. Sarah, I'm following my husband's location because he's on a bike ride.
Oh.
On the south side.
Uh-huh.
Beautiful, but there's not a lot of shade there.
And it's so humid right now, but it's kind of like this is the time to do it if you're going to be outside, if you're going to be working on the lawn, going for a bike ride, getting your exercise in. Right now you want to do it because this afternoon the heat index is going to be sky high. Outside right now it's humid. It's in the 80s already. We're looking at temperatures right around 81, but it feels like 86. The kicker is humidity's at 82%, but also there is not a wind to help with things right now. Winds are completely calm at the moment, and so all we got is that humidity and that heat, and that's going to be the story for the day today. Temperature's already going to be at 86 by 10, by 2, 98, but it's going to feel like 103 around 2 o'clock. So now is the time you want to get outside. Notice that there's also a small chance for an isolated storm, mainly after 5 p.m., and the chance is only 20%. We do have slightly better storm chances tomorrow. So coming up in the forecast, a lot of people out and about enjoying some summertime activities, one of the last weekends of the summer to go floating on the Comal and the Guadalupe. Low and slow on the rivers. I'll have a look at the stream flow and whether or not it's improved since our rains in July. And speaking of rain, we do have isolated evening storms in the forecast. Yeah, a 20% chance tonight, but especially tomorrow. So I'll detail that coming up in a bit. But heat index value of 103 to 107, that's going to be the story for everyone. I'll be showing you an updated look at the rainfall forecast for tomorrow, and of course we'll also talk about the tropics. There's potential for a tropical storm to hit parts of Florida. Details coming up.
Sarah, thank you. Helping foster a community for our local veterans. That's the mission one group is hoping to accomplish today with the Wellness for Warriors event. Our Devin Karp, he's out there live at the Norris Conference Center near North Star Mall. Devin, what can people experience by heading out to the event this morning?
Yes, Sarah, good morning. Now, we're still getting set up here. The event doesn't start till 10. It's going to be going on from 10 to 3, but we are at the Wellness for Veterans Veteran Resource Expo. Now, come just take a look at some of the things we got setting up here. We've got a lot of different vendors, resources, things that veterans can connect with here. The nonprofit tells me they do this in a way to try to connect all the veterans in the San Antonio area with some of the different things that can help them. Now, like Sarah said, this is going to be happening at the Norris Conference Center. That's right below the Alamo Draft House we've got near the North Star Mall. Their vendors are going to be setting up right now where the event is going on from 10 to 3 today. There's going to be kids activities, raffles, a silent auction, and more. Now, Wellness for Warriors says that they're going to use the momentum they generate from today to try to help more veterans in our community. Now, coming up soon, I'm going to be talking to a veteran who's been working with Wellness for Veterans to kind of talk about some of the things that the organization is doing to help out others and what's going to be going on today and how it's going to help the community. But again, it's going to be going on from 10 to 3 today. For now, I'm going to throw it back to you, Sarah. Devin Karp, KSAT 12 News.
Devin, thank you. Now to a story we've been following since they landed 3 Americans freed in a prisoner exchange with Russia. President Joe Biden calling it the largest prisoner swap between the U.S. and Russia since the Cold War. So Paul Whelan and Evan Gershkovich and Ulsu Kremashiva flew to Lackland Air Force Base early yesterday morning, right here in San Antonio. They were taken to Brooke Army Medical Center for evaluation, which is typically where the United States government brings Americans who have been imprisoned outside the country to get readjusted to normal life. Notable former prisoners have gone through BAMC after being freed. Those include Travis Keene, an American soldier who went to North Korea, and WNBA star Brittany Griner. So you may be wondering, why is San Antonio the go-to place for Americans returning home after being prisoners? So yesterday, our KSAT Q&A segment, we spoke with Sig Christensen, a military writer for the San Antonio Express News. We asked him that very question. Here's what he had to say.
BAMC is a very big nexus for military medicine and research. Not only do they have Brooke Army Medical Center, they have the Center for the Intrepid, and then they have the Institute for Surgical Research. It's a very controlled environment. That's one thing I think we can all be sure about, and they know what they're doing.
So he went on to say the trend of the former prisoners coming to San Antonio started at the end of Vietnam. You can watch this full interview right now on all of our streaming platforms. Meanwhile, Venezuela is bracing for more protests today following the country's contested presidential election. So yesterday, electoral authorities released a new tally giving the victory to Maduro with 51% of the vote. The opposition, on the other hand, has released ballot papers saying their candidate, Edmundo Gonzalez, has won with 71% of the vote. The United States and several other Latin American countries have already recognized Gonzalez as the winner of the election. Gonzalez is currently in hiding after Maduro called for their detention. And the gauntlet has been thrown. Former President Donald Trump says he'll debate Vice President Kamala Harris. Trump made the announcement yesterday in a post on Truth Social. He says he won't take part in the ABC debate that he previously agreed to. Trump says the Fox debate would take place in Pennsylvania in front of a live audience on September 4th. So far, no exact location has been provided, and it is unclear if Vice President Kamala Harris has accepted that invitation from Fox News. It's 8:37 and 81 degrees. Still ahead, our SA Live team will take us to the San Antonio Film Festival. Gives a sneak peek at a film premiering tonight. Coming up next, are your home insurance rates going through the roof? We'll tell you why rates keep rising and how to find a cheaper plan. If you need to be out and do a bike ride, walk, run, exercise, yard work, this is the time now because it's only 81 degrees, but man, it is humid out there. But Sarah Spivey is saying the heat index later this afternoon is going to be incredibly high. She'll have forecasts for us when we come back. In your consumer news this morning, we're talking about home insurance rates that have been rising steadily over the last few years. And the reason why, it's pretty simple. Texas is seeing more damaging weather events than ever. So basically, with more natural disasters like hailstorms, hurricanes, tornadoes, and flooding, insurance companies have to shell out more and more money to cover an increasing number of claims. So companies have two options: raise insurance rates to stay afloat or run the risk of going out of business.
I mean, from 2008 to about 2023, we averaged about 8 catastrophes that cost over $1 billion in claims payouts for insurance companies across the board.
So what does this mean for homeowners? If your prices are going up too high and you want to look at switching coverage, you could talk with an independent agent who could look at multiple coverage provider prices. It's important to know that switching coverage could mean your insurance costs less, but you could also have to pay more money to do things like cut down trees or mitigate damage around your home. So make sure you look for that and make sure you're eligible for new coverage. So Sarah, are we seeing any damage-causing weather in Texas next few days?
No, not necessarily. I think the biggest thing that people are going to be dealing with this weekend in Texas is the heat. And heat is actually the #1 killer when it comes to weather. So just be aware this afternoon when you're out and about. You can see downtown San Antonio. One thing you notice is that it's fairly clear on the horizon. The last several days we've had some Saharan dust out there. That dust has really thinned out and is not much of an issue at all today or this weekend. Outside right now in San Antonio, it's 81, but it already feels like 86. There's hardly a breeze out there. 83 in Del Rio, feeling like 88, 79 in Bernie, and 74 in Kerrville. Update to the drought monitor. You can see that we're still dealing with extreme drought in parts of the hill country in spite of the fact that these areas saw several inches of rain in July, but some minor improvements there. Still extreme drought out to the severe drought rather out toward Del Rio, and around San Antonio, moderate drought with more severe drought in the northwest portion of Bexar County. How about those rivers? Well, they're low, okay, and they're slow. The floating is at about faster than it was at the beginning of last month, but still fairly slow on the Guadalupe and the Comal. The Frio was at 0 flow early in July, and now it's at 14 cubic feet per second. So still very slow on the Frio, but hey, at least those rivers are flowing. Sunny skies outside right now. Will be sunny and 90 around 11, but already feeling like 100. 101 for the high temperature, but feeling like 105. There's a small 20% chance for an isolated shower hour after 5 p.m. And here's the reason why. As we look across the nation, you can see it's fairly quiet right now. We'll talk about Florida getting ready for a tropical storm. But for us, heat high over the Four Corners, that's where the hottest temperatures are going to be today. But we're on the side of this where we could end up getting a few isolated showers. Take a look at Dallas and Waco, seeing some rain today. So as we look ahead to the future this afternoon, there's a 20% chance after about afternoon and evening after 5 p.m. Very low chance for you to get some rain today. By tomorrow morning, I think there could be some rain mainly east of San Antonio and some sprinkles around the Alamo City. A quiet day tomorrow, though, so do not cancel your outdoor plans. During the day, it's going to be quiet. It isn't until about 4 p.m. that we start to see a few storms pop up. They're going to be few and far between, only about 30% coverage. But if you do get a storm, it could produce heavy rain and even some gusty winds. So we'll keep you posted about that. And then by the evening hours, all storm chances are going to be done, not only for the weekend, but also for the week. So 101 today, 20% chance this evening, 30% chance tomorrow, still hot near 99 for the high. And it's going to be hot in the coming days with high temperatures close to 100 degrees every single day. Let's talk about tropical depression 4, not quite yet a tropical storm. Once it becomes a tropical storm by later on tonight into tomorrow, it'll be called Tropical Storm Debbie. Expected to bring a lot of rain across the west coast of Florida and some gusty winds too, making landfall somewhere near Tallahassee out toward areas in the Horseshoe Bend by Monday morning rather, and then bringing a lot of rain inland to Georgia and parts of the Carolinas. So if you have interests out in Florida, Georgia, or the Carolinas, we will keep you posted about that. Otherwise, our weather here in San Antonio going to be pretty status quo for August, hot near 100, and after the small rain chances this weekend, we're turning off the tap for the week ahead. Hey, Sarah, coming up, how many 100-degree days have we seen in San Antonio so far this year, and how does that compare to last year and the year before?
I do know it's lower, but I'm not going to guess.
That is true. We'll keep you posted.
Thanks, Sarah. It's 8:46, 81 degrees. A movie that tells the story of one of Austin's most influential music venues is premiering tonight at the San Antonio Film Festival. Our SA Live team gives us a sneak peek of Bloody and Bruised. That's next.
And in your lotto, your pick 3 is 961, Fireball 9, Daily 40645, Fireball 6.
Cash 5, 2, 5, 17, 31, 34. And Mega Millions 6, 7, 24, 44, 54. Mega Ball 13, Mega Plier 4. Good luck. The San Antonio Film Festival is going on this weekend as a final Project SA Live lets their interns air a segment. And we have a good one for you today about an Austin movie making its premiere at the festival. So here's a preview.
The Ramones, Motorhead,
Dynamite Boy, Reeling Kids,
Near Dark,
Marilyn Manson,
Tool,
Pearl Jam,
Born to Lose,
Pantera,
Typo Negative,
Pariah,
Unloco,
Dangerous Toys.
You just never know who you were going to see there.
If you love rock music, then you have to see this. It's an award-winning Texas film that explores one of the most infamous music venues in Austin. And we have the filmmaker and the producer here with us today, Jay Bujo Partida and John Arju from Penny Rock Productions. Welcome, guys.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Thanks for joining. So your movie, Bloody and Bruised, the untold story of the back room, has already started to win awards at several film festivals. What is it about?
The film is about a music venue that existed in Austin for 33 plus years. It was mainly known as a heavy metal bar, but you know, it was actually a little bit more than that. It was actually a place that formed a community and a family, and it was a place that was kind of disregarded by the rest of the Austin music scene. So it was kind of on the east side, and but a lot of big names went through there, and there was a lot of success stories that came out of there, and a lot of people don't really know about it, and so that's what the film is about. It's kind of a little history lesson in this venue that existed in East Austin.
So what inspired y'all to make the film?
In the very beginning, well, we both had connections to the venue. Boudreaux used to live up the street, so he would visit it frequently as a patron. And I myself used to be a band manager, so I would book bands that would come into the back room. And we talked about this back when we were shooting another movie, and we were working on a horror film, and we talked about if we ever did this movie, how would we start? So we had created a long list that eventually became a big chart that I had up on my wall. We would just add names, add locations that we were going to shoot as backdrops. So we wanted something different, something home to Austin. But we never knew when or how we were going to start such a big project. And then 2020 hit, and we were supposed to be on our festival tour for our horror film, and instead we were doing everything virtually, and then that created the opportunity for us to take this on.
CBGBs and brownies and stuff in New York.
It was our Sunset Strip of Austin.
The back room was all of that wrapped in one venue.
Everybody else has that same thing that I want, to rock.
The back rooms closed almost 20 years ago. How did you go about uncovering all these behind-the-scenes stories?
Oh, well, so we knew we needed an insider, and so our co-writer Tammy Moore and our executive producer Ray Segrin, they both worked at the club, and so they were basically big assets for us to gather information and historical facts about the venue. But then we ended up reaching out to, whenever we would shoot an interview, we shot 70 plus interviews over 9 months, and one would lead us to another, and another one would lead us to another, and we just little by little started acquiring interviews and footage and photos and just a bunch of elements. But there's thousands of photos and flyers and video clips in this, and it all became just a huge contribution of a bunch of people that wanted to see this film made. And it's now a monster of a film that is finally complete.
I'm so excited to watch it. I have one more question before you go. We got to bring it back to the 210. So I want to know, would you guys ever make a movie about San Antonio's music scene?
Well, we're still kind of trying to ride the wave of Bloody and Bruised. Pariah was one of the bands that's featured in the film, whose hometown origin is San Antonio. So we're still looking at our different options to see what we can do, but we definitely love having a tie to our sister city of metal here in San Antonio. So who knows? We'll see.
Lots of people went to jail that night.
This guy comes up to try to get in the lighting booth, and I had a toolbox that hit him right in the head.
It was just chaos. Welcome to the back room.
Well, thank you so much, both of you guys, for chatting with me today. The world premiere of Bloody and Bruised, The Untold Story of the Back Room, is happening at the San Antonio Film Festival this Saturday at 7 p.m. at the Radius Center. You can visit SALive.com and click on that as seen on SA Live tab for tickets and info.
And that was SA Live's intern Tori McClung, who did a great job with that story. So, of course, SA Live airs weekdays, 1 p.m. at KSAT 12. Scan this QR code for more arts, culture, food, and fun celebrating San Antonio. It's 8:55 and 81 degrees. We'll be right back. Coming up on Monday on GMSA, Spurs legend Sean Elliott shares his story with us about a recent health scare that involved his heart. He only learned about a potentially dangerous arrhythmia because his Apple Watch detected it. Wow. So he sat down with RJ Marquez for an exclusive interview. You don't want to miss that story. And with school around the corner, so is the start of high school football season. We're getting ready for the annual KSAT Pigskin Classic. This year, Bernie will take on Piper. That's happening Thursday, August 29th at Piper Warrior Coliseum. Excited for that. 8:58, 81 degrees. We'll be right back.